I'm fully committed.
In the MMA world, she's a total sensation, famous for her witty and quirky interviewing style that even leaves the toughest fighters scratching their heads.
There was a video of you. It looked like you were training some lovely ladies.
Yeah.
What happened? What's going on here?
Nina Drama's unique approach stands out in the MMA scene. Her knack for asking the most genius or downright goofy questions has earned her both cheers and jeers.
Have you ever been fingered by an MMA fighter before?
Fingered?
Yeah, fingered.
No.
What would it take to
finger me?
Yeah.
Like.
Don't confuse her by the looks. Nina isn't your cute, clueless looking girl next door. She's actually one extremely smart cookie.
Remember when we were talking about fighting is like having sex with a woman?
Yes.
Does that mean that Alex f***ed you?
Oh, this f***ing bitch. That, you f***ing.
She's cracked the code to win over the MMA fans with her clever content, while simultaneously earning a lot of boos for trying to do a makeover in a sport that glorifies violence and chauvinism. But think for a moment about Nina and then the UFC. Why is she here? How did she become so mainstream that she gets a red carpet welcome to all UFC events? How did Nina get this job at the UFC? MMA fans, welcome to Sportskeeda MMA. Today we're here to find out all about Miss Daniele, her past and her adventure into our beloved sport. But before that, subscribe to our channel, like and share the video. Finally, hit the bell icon and never miss any of our new videos. Let's be real with ourselves for a minute here. In the world of MMA, Nina cosplays as an interviewer, but at best, she is a certified influencer.
1%. Just feel 1%.
1%.
1%. Maybe percent.
Okay. Yeah.
People forward to it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't get offended, folks. And I am talking to some of you who did get offended. Thanks to those who get my point, others hear me out. I know the term influencer carries a lot of baggage these days. It seems to evoke strong reactions from different corners of the internet, but the word influencer overburdens their role as a content creator. If someone creates thoughtful content and engages deeply with their audience, then he or she can be called an influencer. Influencers like KSI and the Paul brothers have built global brands. The influencer or social media culture is ever expanding and now making its mark in the MMA world as well. Nina Marie Daniele, or Nina Drama as they infamously know her, is a breath of fresh air in the combat world. In MMA media, the typical questions get asked in press conferences or interviews, and they become monotonous for both fans and fighters alike. How was the training camp? What's the strategy going into the fight? What are your thoughts on your opponent?
Question for Nick, right over here. To your left, right.
Gonna ask you why you weren't here yesterday and what happened and whose fault was it?
There you go. Thanks, Dana.
I know you, man.
Appreciate it.
People who follow MMA day in and day out encounter these questions frequently. While they are reasonable to ask in principle, they become tiresome. Now imagine the same questions being rephrased and asked again and again. This repetition can be draining for fans, and I can only imagine how tedious it must be for the fighters who hear them even more often.
Do you plan on fighting any bears after today?
No. Humans, bears, finish everything.
Nina has struck a chord with MMA fans with her clever content. She comes with an out-of-the-box approach to the game. In the MMA world, she's a total sensation, famous for her witty and quirky interviewing style that even leaves the toughest fighters scratching their heads. For instance, a recent interview with Taito Ivasa, she started with a playful question about his pizza preference.
Domino's or Little Caesars?
Domino's.
Because I saw your commercial with Domino's. I thought it was great.
That's what, Domino's.
Yeah,
Actually,
Domino's.
you know what?
Is yours
Domino's,
just-
they need to pay me more money.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck 'em.
Domino's or Little Caesars. She's conducted a wide range of interviews with UFC fighters recently, including top names like Sean Strickland, Charles Oliveira, John Jones, and Jorge Masvidal. But why the UFC? Why not continue with your modeling thing? Don't get me wrong, she was doing well over there. A move to MMA could have been disastrous for her. And let's not forget, we've seen some divas come and go in the sport, so this wasn't something new.
Yeah. Oh, that was sweet. I sent you guys that video of that one girl, the MMA girl, Nina.
Oh, yeah.
I found the Playboy video. That was pretty fire, huh?
This could have been an uncomfortable spot for her. This constantly changing landscape of digital and social media is facilitating influencers' entry into the MMA scene, making it more accessible and entertaining. Nina Drama's unique vlogging approach, characterized by its unconventional and alluring style, attracts attention to the sport. For her new age approach in the MMA world, some people love her while others loathe her for making a mockery of MMA media, but the truth lies somewhere between the lines.
Are we talking about the same thing?
This makes us wonder why a successful model suddenly turns herself into an interviewer in a sport that naturally has a tendency to go off script. Add Nina in with a fighter on the mic and nothing is off limits. But this has its pros and cons.
Because you're here to show your tits, not your brain. Calm down.
Sorry.
Nina is making a significant impact in the MMA world with her vibrant and provocative interview style. Her approach often resembles cosplay, highlighted by her playful skits with fighters like Alexander Volkanovski, Johnny Walker, etc., and her cheeky, entertaining conversations with interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall. Her ex-bio literally reads, "Making MMA media great again." I respect Ariel Helwani a lot. They don't call you the best for nothing. He faced hardships unlike anyone in the industry, and that too was at the hands of the juggernaut that is the UFC itself.
Coming in and doing things differently, it's whatever, is great. Breath of fresh air, it's different. Why though do you have to shit on the rest of the media? Do your thing. Be different. Be proud, put out the good content. This whole make MMA media great again, waxing poetic, you're relatively new here.
Ariel and other quality journalists now lie on the periphery of the sport, hardly getting the recognition they deserve. But someone not from the industry gets a red carpet welcome into the UFC. Smells fishy, doesn't it? But first, let's give the devil his due. The UFC would be long dead had it not been for White's cunning and downright ruthlessness. First, they killed and absorbed all the rival promotions and created a monopoly. Now they want to control the media to fit their narrative. They want someone who can toe their line and be their voice in the wider network. Let's be honest in this. That is why I feel Nina is an industry plant. Dana intentionally let her in to do her stuff. Her rise to prominence has led some fans to suggest she's here because of her connections rather than what they bring to the table. Now, keeping all things in mind, I'm of the opinion that she should do good quality content for the MMA audience, but refrain from any notion that she'll raise the bar of MMA journalism. As Dana likes to say, far from it. If she goes that route, let me tell you, this will drastically hurt her brand and will reduce her approval ratings with the UFC. Nina should continue to do her gimmick with her unique presentation in MMA. She's hitting the bullseye with a few skits by delving into topics rarely covered by traditional MMA journalists, such as food, fashion, sex, and romance. Nina's outdoor interviews, like those with Johnny Walker, help showcase both her personality and that of her guests, setting her apart in the industry. Her substantial social media following also benefits fighters by boosting their visibility through effective cross-promotion.
What is something that you do that maybe would be good for me to do so that I can be more ripped?
When the camera is turned on,
Oh, okay.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Nina's background in modeling and her appearance in Playboy in 2018 contribute to her unique brand. In the often quirky world of MMA, her approach stands out by offering a refreshing takeaway from standard training and fighting insights. This has sparked curiosity among fans about who will be up next on Nina Drama. Whoever comes on with her, one thing's for sure, she's not just here for fame. Nina Marie Daniele is leading a new era in MMA media with her unique approach as a former model turned interviewer. While controversial, this crossover into MMA has brought new eyes and expanded the fan base.
It feels good. I like this shit.
I think it's a lung collapse.
Come on, send it again.
The landscape of media and promotion in MMA has evolved significantly with the rise of social media influencers and content creators in the space. So MMA fans, a busy schedule is around us. UFC 304 is coming, and 100% you'll see Nina doing Nina Drama again with the fighters. So what's your view of Nina? What's your take on her journey through the MMA media world? Are you in her corner or still on the fence? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Sportskeeda MMA for all the latest in the sport.